So Kidblogs slash class slash arcanlearns, log on to view posts. And so I'm going to go ahead and log in. And being that it's Kidblogs, it knows who is in my class. So far it's only me. So I gave that a click. And so here I am. We can filter posts that need to be published, reviewed, or a draft. And I'm going to go ahead and create a new post. I'm going to give my post a title. And this is a good thing to talk with the students. You know, what makes a good, catchy title? Now, sometimes teachers want the title to be the name of an assignment, but one of the things that I'd like to suggest is using a blog as a reflective place. So perhaps you're going to have the students reflect on the learning for the week. And so what I'm going to do is write in July 1st, 2015, I learned. We have a visual editor and an HTML editor. So again, this gives some interesting options for if you're teaching HTML coding. With a blog, you generally want to give an introduction and talk a little bit about the topic, add links, finally add a picture that adds a little interest to your post. So I'm going to just pause this for a minute and do some typing. Okay, so now I have some text. I have my title, and I start talking about, I learned about Kidblog by viewing a class blog by Laura Pita and her students. Now, I could give a link to that, but it is a protected account, so I'm not going to bother with adding that link. I did have this TED Talk that I looked at that was interesting, so I can highlight that. That's going to become a link. And it wants to know what that web address is. Okay, so this is the actual video. I'm going to copy that web address, come back to Kidblog, paste it in. I may have HTTP written twice, so I'm going to go back there and make sure. Yeah, so we'll just get rid of that. And he has a TED Prize site. So I'll give a link to that as well. That's where I was when I started. So we're going to copy that, get a link. This time I'm going to highlight everything and then paste in my entire link. So I shouldn't have HTTP twice. Okay. And then there was this backwards brain bicycle video. So I'm going to copy that and make a link. So it's really important when you're working with your students that they learn how to make links, so that if they see something, they learn something, they make a connection, they understand that they don't have to write all the words over again, they could just add a link. And finally, I listened to a podcast, and I'm going to go to that web page and copy the podcast link. And finally, this is a little something about what I learned. So I'm going to add an image. And in the arcanlearns Google site, you're going to learn about a website called Picks for Learning. And so I'm just going to use this as my image. So I'll download that image. Tags are a way of finding and organizing, something like Pinterest or Indigo. I'm going to tag this with learning and personal. And I'll add that. So there's my two tags. And I could save that as a draft. So I'm going to review that. In review. And now what I'm going to do is I want to publish it. I want to publish it publicly. And as I'm a teacher, it just goes public immediately. So now if I log out and I go to kidblog.org/class/rcanlearns, that's my blog post. You know, this is the process that I go through when I'm trying to learn about a new website and decide how it's going to best fit my needs.